Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the show. This is Gorilla Todd, accompanied by my co-host, Mind Shift, aka Comics on the Mind. This is Teacher Lounge episode 4. We talk about comics, education, whatever, everything under the sun. Mind Shift, why don't you take a moment and say hello?
Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. You know, as my co-host has said, like, I'm Comics on the Mind, aka Mind Shift. If you follow me on IG, and this is the Teachers Lounge, where we will be talking about all multitudes of goodiness on this show. And this is my friend Ben Grimm joining us.
Love the thing. Yeah, guys. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Let's see. We've got Comic Book Poser. Looks like he was the first one hanging out. How you doing, Comic Book Poser? Always good to hear from you, my friend. Okay. Cyborg Dad Mystery. It's doing good. It's doing good. Vader, good. Always good to see you, my friend. I know we were chatting earlier. He says I should have been asleep hours ago, but Girl Todd has taught me that sleep is for the weak. Yeah, if you tuned in to yesterday's auction, oh my goodness, I had been up for more than a day. It was kind of a whirlwind, and I got a collection in, a nice collection in Tuesday night. I picked it up, and I was just working, and then the morning came, and I had stuff to do, and it was Wednesday, and I had comic books to hunt, and it was, and then before I know it, it's time for the auction, but I finally got some sleep, so I'm definitely feeling better. Enjoying a little coffee.
Nice. That's what I need.
Feeling better. Thanks for looking at. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do and power through.
Yeah. Well, you're doing an auction on Tuesdays with Barbarian, right?
I do that not every Tuesday, but here's the thing. I mean, I try to always do the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday auctions with Meta. Absolutely nothing against Barbarian. He's an awesome dude. Tuesday is kind of my flex day where if pretty much if I can, I do the auction. But like this Tuesday, I got invited to go. Comic Books NYC had his season 2 kickoff for the original art hour.
Oh, I saw that. That was really good.
So he invited me, and I didn't want to not show up to the kickoff for the season 2. So I went and supported Kavi and hung out with him for a while, and then I went to the auction. And just when I got there, Barbarian's like, "Gorilla, you made it. We're done." So but I got to hang out for a while and say what's up. How you doing, Popeye 310? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. We got William Smallwood in the chat. Excellent. Good to see you, Mr.
What's up, William?
Good to see you. Hey, we got C Squared in the chat. How you doing, C Squared? It's always good to see my friend C Squared. I don't think I've ever told you, but I do appreciate the mathematical quality of your name. Very two-dimensional. Thank you, Battery. Says it's good to see you guys. Yeah, we're trying to do this on the regular on Thursdays, 9 to about 10. I don't know that we'll be perfectly, an hour every time. But yeah, let's see. We got K Titus. Hey, K Titus, teachers, I declare, I see 2 awesome guys sitting there. Konnichiwa. K Titus.
What's up, K Titus?
Definitely good to see you. Awesome. We got a great chat going. A lot of great people in the chat. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. If by any chance you're not subbed to either me or my buddy Mind Shift, it's all in the description below. Our Instagram information, our YouTube, not my YouTube, because I figure if you're here, you found me, and you're either going to sub me or you're not. I don't know, but you do it. You got to do what you want to do. So, anything? Is there anything particular you wanted to talk about, or any points you wanted to bring up, Mind Shift?
None that I can think of right now. None that pop into my head. Well, I have you read? I finally got a hand of Batgirl 47. I heard so many great things about it.
I haven't read it yet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a little behind on Batman, but I am reading it, so I'm savoring it. I've read
good.
92. I think I've just read 92, honestly, but at least I've read an issue of it so far. I'm looking forward to the war. I'm excited.
Once you binge all that stuff, it's really good. This issue kind of makes me wonder, what are they going to do? Because there's a huge twist at the end, and it's kind of like, what are the next issues going to look like? After what happened at the end of this issue. That's why I'm like, did you read it so we can talk about it? But it's all good. Maybe next week we can talk about it because it's really good. And
I'll read it. I'll make sure I read it for next week.
Nice.
I'll make sure I get caught up with Batman stuff.
I usually don't get caught up, and I try not to get caught up in the events, but this is a really good event. And I'm trying to read more DC anyway, so this was kind of like a good way to kind of jump into it.
It almost reads less like an event, more like a storyline to me, where like Empire is a clear event.
Yeah.
This feels more like a storyline because I feel like there's already a certain there's like an established connectivity between like Batman, Detective, Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, all those characters. Like we all know they exist in a sort of close-knit, existence. But so yeah, I'm definitely excited. I read 92. That was a crazy issue. I read up to 92. That 92 was pretty crazy. So I gotta keep reading.
That's the issue I didn't read. I've read from 93 on up.
Do you need a copy of 92?
I don't have one. I haven't. Isn't that like a hard issue to come by?
It's the Punchline issue.
Yeah.
I got you on that if you need it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, K Titus. I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the sub.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, K Titus is awesome. He's really is a great dude. I checked out your video. You got some pops and some really cool books, K Titus. Congratulations. Hey, we got the art chemist in the chat. Good to see you, art chemist. I don't know what's good. What's good? It's been actually a pretty good week. It's been a pretty good week for me in a couple of senses. I picked up a good collection, but I actually picked up a book this Wednesday when I was out hitting some shops. Cool.
Thanks, C Squared.
Good stuff. Thank you, C Squared. So I go and I hunt books, and since I was reading a little bit, but I since I started doing the auctions with Meta June 1st, I've really I've just shifted because I'm trying to buy stuff that I think people that to help. A lot of times, people have told me, hey, I'm looking for this or I'm looking for this, and I try to find those books. But it's cool because I think it's almost reinvigorating my own passion to collect. And I found a few, I found one book this week that I have something else I think on order. But I'll show you one thing I picked up. This is a really cool book. It was just one of my shops I hit on Wednesday. It was in a showcase. He gave me a really good deal on it. It's this gold key. Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla. That's hilarious.
It's Gorilla Todd's gotta be partial to the Gorilla comics, but you gotta really look at this book because it's from 1965.
That's crazy. I heard those gold keys are very hard to find in good condition.
And I mean, this book is just clean. It's not, I'd probably call it BF. Honestly, it's not near mint. It's got a few little things. But goodness gracious, and even I showed this on the auction, but this is pretty funny. they talk about virgin covers being a new kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Oh wow, that's awesome! It's basically a virgin cover.
They call it Megillah Gorilla Pinup. We used to get pinups in the back of the books in like the 80s, and even past, but it's just one of those little historic parts of comic books that I find so interesting.
Yeah.
So,
well, I agree with you. What you were saying, like a lot, seeing other people like collect and do unboxings and show off like the books that they get. It's what inspires like my collection. Once I see something that I'm like, I didn't even know about that comic book, I gotta look into it. And then I find out, oh, I like this series, and I'm gonna read this, and it's awesome.
So yeah. So yeah, I was really excited. I saw this in the showcase of the shop. I had actually checked out and paid for my books. And I picked up another book I was something I was actually looking forward to read that I'll share with you guys in a minute. But I saw this in the showcase, and I just said to him, "Hey, any chance you want to give me a little bit of a deal on it?" And he gave me a good price, and I said, "You know what? Let me take it. I'll do that."
Nice.
I try to support the stores as much as I can, and if they work with me even a little bit, I try to give them some business.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you have stores that are still open. Like a lot of stores around here, it's like pretty much you have to order online and then go pick up the books. And it's like if you want to hunt, you can't really do that online. That's just they have like all the books that are like recently coming out, but they don't have any of like their back issues that you want to like pick up. And I've been itching to get back into like collecting some of my my Silver Age and my Bronze Age. And sometimes I don't necessarily want to always go on eBay, and not everybody's selling what I'm looking for.
I try to stay off of eBay. Anything I try to well, if I can buy it off of eBay, I'll do that 10 times over before I jump on eBay. Just because I can usually get a better deal. So the other book that I picked up at that shop was this book Pulp by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Nice. You're from the same shop.
Yep. This is new. This just came out Wednesday. I have been waiting for this. I think I was bugging the guy because I'd come in every week and I'd be like, "Has Pulp come out?
Is it out?
And I haven't been in that. I just haven't been motivated to be like that for a while. But I read I'm about halfway through it. It's an interesting story because I've read a couple of Brubaker stories, and he seems to like to kind of dissect the creator mentality. Like what's the behind the scenes of the creator? Because I read one called Bad Weekend, and it was about a comic creator. Oh, C-Square, do you have Pulp coming next week? So far I'm liking it. I think you'll get
nice. Jeff is in the house too.
And you also, I miss Jeff. How could I do that? Also get
What's up, Jeff?
I haven't heard of Hedra. I'll check it out since weird. Definitely want to highlight Jeff Schultz. How you doing? A great dude who is just giving a ton of AOKs to different people in the community. Hooked me up with my little gorilla icon. I'll show you real quick. Gorilla.
That is so cool.
So yeah, thanks, Jeff. Great, thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Jellyfingers and I are going long box digging in Milwaukee tomorrow. Can't wait. Awesome,
man.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. I wish I could join you. I love digging.
Whenever you can meet with somebody from the community and actually go hunting with them, that's like an awesome thing. I've only been able to do that once. I met up with a buddy of mine from Fresno, and it was really cool to be able to go out there and hang out with him. I met his family. When you make that kind of connection, with somebody in the community, it's awesome.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I love digging, and I definitely love digging places I've never been. C Squared says Hydra is a comic with not a single word in the entire story. Okay, that's pretty cool. One of my favorite comics ever, G.I. Joe 21, is a story without words. That's
the silent issue.
Silent issue. The introduction of Storm Shadow. Snake Eyes has to rescue Scarlet from Cobra headquarters.
Yeah, it's like an iconic issue. Everybody's always talking about it. And how it made their comic book, their comic book collecting even more exciting. Reading I think
it was a big issue for a certain generation of comic collectors.
Yeah,
that were playing with the G.I. Joe toys of the 80s and reading the comic when it was coming out, so that it holds a special place in a lot of hearts of collectors. So just to give you a little setup, basically, it looks like it's a straight Western, but it's actually a story set in the later part of a writer's life who writes the story.
Nice.
1939, but it goes and shifts through time, and there's an interesting little reference to Robert E. Howard, who's the creator of Conan the Barbarian, in this that I kind of appreciate. Oh, wow. I know people. I'm not going to go on any further because I don't want to give up anything else. But I think this is definitely worth checking out. If you see it at your LCS, definitely support them. And if you think you might want to read this, support them and pick it up. It's only $16.99. It's a really nice hardcover, nice trade dress and everything. So
sweet.
It's a cool, the only way these things are going to keep coming out is if we support them.
Yeah.
So that's my soapbox for the LCS community.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to look into that book and see if I can pick it up. Because barely anything came out this week. I could have, I could have just bought that from my LCS if I would have known about it.
Yeah, it was because I think this is the 5th week of the month, so they don't have as many titles. It's just a lighter week.
Yeah, it was definitely late. That's why I ended up picking up Batgirl 47 because I didn't pick it up last week.
Mm-hmm.
I even got one of the variant covers because I saw one of my buddies get it. It's a really good cover.
Yeah, that playing card cover. I'm pretty sure. I lose track of them. I'm so bad. I picked up that collection. I picked up in total. It was like 12 short boxes, 1 long box, and then 2 boxes of slabs. So.
Oh wow, that's a huge collection you bought.
I'm inundated.
Yeah. Did you sell any of those slabs this week?
Yeah, I sold. I think I sold. What did I sell here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 slabs from that collection sold, and then I sold the slab that I had. So 6 slabs. It was a busy auction last night. Honestly, the best auction in terms of sales that I've ever had, which is exciting. Just honestly, just the growth we've seen in the auction is phenomenal. We're getting constantly every auction. We seem to have new customers, return customers, which obviously we love and we value, and we have new customers, which tells us there's still more people. Untapped market. People are still looking for books, because it's not really for me. It's not a motivation of profit. I appreciate making money from selling books because it allows me to buy more books, and it allows me to go out and hunt books, and I know I'm able to find books for people. And like you're saying, you can't go hunt, but you still may want books. So, if I'm able to hunt for books and I can get them at a good price and I'm not trying to charge anybody an arm and a leg. I try to be reasonable. Sometimes if you ask me to get you the book that is the hottest book right now, it's not going to be. It's going to cost a little bit, but I'll still try to do it reasonably as I can, and I'll always do my darndest to beat eBay by at least a couple bucks.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, when I can hook people up, when I get stuff at cover price and I can hook them up at a good price, I try to. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, once I have more funding coming in, you know, once I get started back with work again, I'll definitely be hitting you up because I have a couple books in mind and I'm trying to hunt.
Okay, let's see. Yeah,
a lot of discussion going on. Oh yeah, this is a great issue. My buddy Rob Worst, I saw him get it, and I was like, I have to get that. I usually don't buy a lot of variants too often, but that was one variant that I was like, I have to get. It's really cool.
Yeah, let's kind of check up with the chat a little bit. C Squared says, yeah, mine. I bought the variant just for the cover too. Yeah, that was a cool cover. Playing card theme. I mean, that's a classic kind of theme.
Yeah.
C Squared says, all I've heard is Pulp is incredible. Yeah, he says, don't beat yourself up, Pulp and Hedra. We're massively underordered. Contact your LCS at ASAP, and they can reorder in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, because even I was talking to the owner of the LCS, and he was like, I said, hey, I don't see any copies. You know, what did you sell out of this out of Pulp? And he's like, well, you know, I thought I had enough ordered, and then people started asking for it at the 11th hour. And sure enough, I sold all my copies. He's like, but I was able to get a reorder in it, and I'll have them next week. So, you know, definitely, you know, I think the key with the LCS is communication.
Yeah, definitely.
It's you know, they're in a tough position, and it's tough to order a product that you don't know if is going to sell. And that's why a lot of books are hard to find, even on the Wednesday they come out. And you know, if there's a book you really want, let your LCS know by all means.
Yeah, like when Savage Dragon 250 came out, I wanted the Scotty Young cover, and my LCS didn't have it. You know, it was just one of the books they didn't order, and you know, it's one of those situations where it's like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it was just one of those situations where not a lot of people are asking for that specific issue, so they're not going to order it. No one's going to, you know, because they have to buy a certain amount of copies of you know, Savage Dragon in order to get that one copy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it is.
Yeah. Then your price is driven up. Have you seen the Scotty Young cover for Philadelphia 7?
No, I have not. I did not know they were coming out one.
You can see it on the Diamond FOC website.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's a pretty awesome cover.
There's a couple of like that one, the Savage Dragon. There's a Goon. I think it's Goon 8, number 8, I believe, maybe number 7 that came out where it was the Scotty Young cover. Like, I love when he does like other variant covers that are not like.
It's cool just to see characters in his style.
Yeah.
And the situation he puts them in, because he does more than just drawing the characters. Usually, he kind of tells a story in his one, like it's a one-panel story.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like that works on many levels. Like Doom, playing with his toys, little Doom, but it's also Doom to control the world and the universe.
And I love Secret Wars. That was a really great run.
Okay, we saw that. Let's see. C Squared says the best part about being about the growth of the auctions is it's only benefited the sellers. I've yet to notice all of us having to bid significantly higher to continue getting good deals. No, I don't think our auction really has a terribly competitive. It's not super like competitive like that. I think I have this feeling that like people in the auction chat, they even know certain people are going for certain lots, and like they get and they kind of like let them do their thing. So I think I don't know if I'm reading this wrong. So the best part about the growth of the auctions is it's only benefited the sellers. And then what you say is I've yet to notice all this time it's bid significantly the high. I feel like the second sentence contradicts the first one. Maybe you meant that it's benefited the buyers and the sellers or something. Let us know, C squared. My brain could just be having a brain fart. Todd the Pandemic book, Toddfather, hilarious. Yeah, C squared says any Joker and card cover is a must buy almost. Yeah, I mean you put the Joker in a playing card, and that's fairly iconic.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that Batman 251. I wish I had that book. I will one day.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that one too.
I have a reprint of it in the Neil Adams hardcover, but I don't have.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Just certain books are just hard to come by. Like I'm working on like the first 100 Avengers, and there's a lot of books in that collection that's going to be hard. Like the first 10 Avenger books are going to be hard. 57 First Vision.
What makes them hard is they're expensive books. So 251 is a relatively expensive book. So, I've never been in this. I've never just been in a situation where I saw the right copy at the right price that was right for me. I've seen the book. I found the book. I probably found it a couple times where I probably should have picked it up, but for whatever reason I didn't. So it's still out there. I'll track a copy down one of these days.
It's just like yeah, of course. It's just like when I had an opportunity to buy She-Hulk issue 1 for like $30 before the TV show was announced. But once it went up, shot up through the roof. Now you can't even get that thing for less than $100.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what's up, Newbie Comics? I have like.
Hey, Newbie Comics. What's up, comic family? Yeah, good to see you in the chat, Newbie Comics. Welcome. We're doing good. We're just talking about comics and such. We're glad you're here. We're glad, Newbie Comics, that you've decided to join us. Welcome. Oh, it's only beneficial. It's not a negative. I get you now. Okay. Yeah, I think it's look, and honestly, the more people I'm able to buy a collection to get a collection because we've got more people in the chat, and I'm confident that I can move those books, and that gets new book. It's look, if I'm pulling from the same 7 long boxes every auction, you're going to start to see the same books over and over again, and they're the ones that haven't sold, so they're not the most desirable books. So I want to make sure I'm bringing. I think I knew what you meant. I think the words were, I got you, C squared. No worries. I think it's a win-win because it gives me the confidence to do what I have to do to acquire the collection, and then it gives I'm gonna have stuff that you guys have never, that the chat, that the audience has never seen, because it's gonna come through words now. And it's awesome. We're getting new people. It seems like we're getting new people every auction, and it's just really it's a cool environment, because what I'm really loving is the connectivity between the sellers, the panel themselves, the chat. I mean, there's any number of people who I chat with on a daily basis. It may just be about books and this or that, but we have ongoing communication, and it's cool. It's like I have this whole community of comic book collectors that I like interface with on a regular basis. So it's just this really cool, I don't know, kind of communicative dialogue that exists.
Yeah, you're constantly building relationships, not only just through books, but there's people that you find out that you have other interests, with each other, and bonds are built. Like I always tell people, comic books are just the conversational starter for us.
Yeah, it's the coffee or the nosh or the whatever. Look it up. Look at Go is literally the formation of that. We bonded over. We met over comic books. We found out we're both in education, and we started this show and call it. And I think it was Jeff Schultz who gave me the name and gave us the name Teachers Lounge, if I'm not mistaken. I want to give credit where credit's due.
Oh yeah, he did. Definitely.
Let's see. So it says, okay, no worries. I plan on being a true budget collector. I went to school for video production, so it'll be good to get back into that when I'm saving for a lot back. Awesome, C Squared. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere. Yeah, you said you had an older collector sell me a Batman 251 for $40. That's awesome. It's maybe a $5 or $6.
That's a fucking great deal.
Beautiful deal. Yeah, I'd buy that all day, every day, and 10 times over. That's sweet, man.
Yeah, I was looking for. I was just breezing through eBay, of course, and I was looking for Avengers #8. First King to Conquer, and I can't. That book is expensive, but it's what I've noticed about eBay is like they'll put these big prices, these huge prices, and it's like the quality of the book is not really worth the price that they're selling for.
eBay. I think deals exist on eBay, and if you really put the time in, you can find good deals on eBay.
Of course, it's like the concept of grocery shopping. Like you got to show them how to shop around.
There's an element of risk because you can only see what they show you in the pictures. And you don't have a direct contact. You can message them, but it's only it's people want to message me. They go on Instagram, they message me.
Yeah.
And I try to reply pretty quickly unless I'm sleeping or I'm driving and I can't. So there's that part of it. And then I think a lot of people put books on eBay and they shoot for the moon. Price. And
that's why go ahead. Sorry.
It's funny. I was actually having a chat with someone earlier today, who I met. Very nice guy I met when he came to my school, to give a talk, and we clicked because he likes comics and stuff, and I think he collects pops. But he sent me a couple pictures of slabs, and he was asking me about what they were worth. And I gave him like my honest breakdown and fair market value and all that. But it comes down to like, if you feel like you have to have that comic book right now and you go on eBay and buy it, you have to be prepared to pay the maximum price. That's pretty much what you're going to pay on eBay. Unless you have the patience to watch auctions and you watch auctions and then an auction is like trending less than it usually goes for. You can get lucky and find an auction that's just underperforming for various reasons. But if you're gonna start buying like buy it now slabs, and you're probably gonna pay, because you also got to remember anybody selling something on eBay is contending with eBay fees, PayPal fees, shipping fees. There's a lot of cost associated with eBay. So, it's not. It's it is what it is.
There's a lot of factors that go into it. Yeah.
But look, if you want, it's like I want a Hulk 440. It's not a big book. It's a 5-part story. That's the 5th part. I have parts 1 through 4. I want to get that book to read. I can't have it. I could go on eBay and order it, and when it's going to cost whatever it costs, I haven't even looked, so I have no idea. But it's not an expensive book. I mean, it should be $3, $4, $5 or something.
Yeah.
But and even with shipping, maybe $10, whatever. So. But I haven't. I don't know. It may turn out that that's just what I'm going to do, because if I've exhausted looking everywhere I can, not that I have. I still have some other places I can look, but that might just be the thing to do.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like shopping. You got to learn how to shop around. You got to be careful too, because the first Taskmaster I had, it wasn't like pictures of the book. It was just like stereotypical pictures of that comic, not like that actual picture that the owner. And it was like, yeah,
you're right. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and it was super damaged, and I was like, that's not what I paid for, But that was just me rushing and trying to hurry up and get that book before it shot up in price,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here's C-Square says, I feel eBay is good for minor key deals. And like you said, Todd, timing auctions properly because I've gotten the entire Craven issue Spidey series for $50 on there. Yeah, I should be
Craven's Hunt? Craven's Last Hunt?
That's an awesome series. And I'm not saying, I can't entirely discount eBay because, like I said, if you want something, you can probably find it on eBay.
I bought most of my Tales of Astonish collection came from eBay, and they're pretty decent quality,
Yeah, I've bought my fair share of books on eBay. It's just now I've kind of shifted to a point where if I'm really aggressively hunting and I'm trying to buy collections, I think the way I want to acquire books is, if I take in a few thousand books, hopefully there's 1, 2, or 3 books that I want to add to my PC.
Yeah. Well, that's the benefit of buying huge collections, And I don't see how you can buy. I remember those slabs you were showing last week, and I was just like, geez, some of those slabs are great books, but those are just investments for you. I was looking at that first Kamala, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a book I've been hunting for.
I actually got 2 of those.
That's hilarious.
That's I have all the Kamala Khan books, all the Captain Marvel books, in my PC. I don't have that one. I just never got it.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I want to keep it. But I got a Teen Titans 2, and I got it in a 9.2, a nice grade. But I've got that book in my collection. I've had that for many, many, many years. Teen Titans is one of my favorite titles. I have most of that run that I've had since I was pretty young, and a lot of it, and the vast majority is I've gotten George Perez's signature on. Because when I lived in Florida, he lived in Florida, and he was at shows, a lot of shows I went to. And me personally, I don't need a book to be slab. I have nothing against slabs. I have them, I buy them. But it doesn't a book have to be slab for me. I can appreciate it, look if it's raw or if it's slab.
Well, usually I want to read the book, and so I prefer raw. The slabs that I have were all A-OK to me. I haven't bought any slabs. There's some books that I want to get slab just to understand the process of getting books slab, and I think a lot of collectors have told me the only way to understand the process really is just to go through the process.
You mail your books off. You think what you think about the condition.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're wrong in your favor. Sometimes you're not. You're right in your favor. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's lower. Sometimes it's higher. And it's exciting. Especially when you get a book back and it gets a little bit higher grade than maybe you thought. You think a book, a 7.5, and you get an 8 or an 8.5. That's awesome. That's usually a pretty good little price jump.
Yeah. M.E. Komicz. I've never heard of this person. What's up?
I know M.E. Komicz.
Oh, sweet.
Where'd it go?
Nice to meet you.
Where'd it go? Oh.
Should be the third one to the bottom.
Hey, Emmy. Good evening. How you doing? Emmy Komicz? Emmy Komicz is a regular in the chat at the auction.
Hey, it's nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't subbed up Mind Shift, Comics on the Mind, please go ahead and do that. Emmy Komicz. He's my partner in crime on Thursday nights in the teacher's I don't know if two teachers saying partners in crime. What am I saying? But I mean that, not literally, figuratively.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's definitely similar. C squared. It's similar to any auction where there's independent. It's dependent on the sellers, and yes, I would say, I mean, I think there's better or worse sellers in every arena or any avenue.
Yeah.
So, it's you gotta make your choices, and there's some people on eBay who I've dealt with many times, and I will again, and some that I've dealt with and once was enough, and I'll just leave it at that. Oh, awesome, man! I think I'm. No. I mean, just sub job. Awesome. So,
oh, nice. Thank you, dude.
It's awesome. You're getting a handful of subs out of tonight's show. That's awesome. I'm glad this is just my function. Yeah, definitely for anybody who's watching. If you haven't subbed up myself or Mynd Shift, information's all in the description, except for my YouTube information because you made it here. So please, if you made it this far and you haven't subbed me up, I don't know. Please sub me up. And definitely check out my other videos. I'm trying to post more regularly. This is our 4th show, so I'm proud. That's it's a small milestone, but a milestone nonetheless. It's K Titus is saying I don't trust eBay. Yeah, I've had a few less than stellar experiences. But I got to be fair. I've had less than stellar experiences. I've had some better experiences. So,
yeah,
and I've had issues where sellers, I think, handled it fairly and did right by me, and then somewhere maybe not so much. So,
yeah, same here. I've even had sellers that are like very aware of the comic book community, and they threw in extra books for me, so it was very kind of them. They didn't have to do that.
And again, that comes down to who the seller is and the relationship you have with that seller. C-Squared says, I'll be completely honest, I checked out an Instagram live auction the other day. That was a nightmare, never again. I'll tell you guys, I'll be honest, I got a buddy who does Instagram auctions, and I'll watch them, and I'll bid on books. I'm buying like $2, $3, $4, $5 books. I'll buy a couple just to support my buddy because I want to do that. There's times I'll think I put my bid in, then the closed comic comes, and then I find out there's some weird lag thing in my who knows who wins or who loses. So that's the nature
too.
So I don't go to a ton of different.
That's why
I don't go to a ton
of people that are good. Go ahead.
No, I don't go to a ton of Instagram auctions for that reason. I'll buy books off Instagram when I know if I have like if I know the seller or I have a relationship with the seller. I know on Tuesday night's auction, Peter Parker Comics, he sells a lot of books on Instagram. He's a cool dude. I'd have no problem buying a book from him. If he had something I wanted, I'd buy a book from him in a heartbeat.
Thanks for stopping by, Mr. White Gloves. Appreciate you, Splash Page.
Splash Page Comics. How you doing, Splash Page? Thank you so much for hanging out and checking us out and joining in on the chat. It's always great to see everybody.
He's a great dude in the community.
I'm pretty sure we met before. Mr. White Gloves.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from because I had that same issue. I was trying to my LCS was during the whole COVID thing was doing auction sales, and I could never put a bid in on time. It was always someone that always would bid over me, and it was just like, where is this lag coming from? I could have sworn I put in my bid first. So that's why I usually if people are
it's gotten to the point where I just accepted it, and it's funny because like I'll see the auction, I'll have a bid in, I'll see the timer on his phone counting down, then the close comment comes in, and then I find out my bid's not in time.
Yeah.
And I mean, who's
and that's usually and that's usually where I'm trying. You know, like I said, like some of the books that I'm looking for, like you'll only find in those kind of auctions, like you know, like Silver Age books or books like Midnite. You know, first run of Midnite. You know, because they're going up in price. You know, because his TV show is coming out.
I come through a stack of Midnite books at one of my local shops today. I just have
nice.
I didn't grab them, but I don't know. Maybe I can like go there and FaceTime you, and if you wanted me to buy them for you, you know, they'll cost whatever they cost.
Yeah, of course.
They weren't.
I gotta.
The guy worked with me. I mean, I picked up. Where did I put it? I got a few other things I picked up today. I was able to score. I scored some stuff today. It was a pretty good day.
Yeah.
I got 2 copies of this designer variant, the 1 in 25 for Batman 93.
Oh, nice.
So I got those. I loaded up on these Venom 26s. Somebody had a price I couldn't refuse, so.
Yeah, those books are going up in price. I heard his first appearance is like the free comic book day, or is that true? Or?
Here's the thing. This was supposed to be his first appearance.
Okay.
But because Free Comic Day got canceled and his Free Comic Summer, this I think came out first.
Yeah.
So the story for this leads into this. You know, like, look here, I'll pop this open.
I got my issue right here. It was a pretty good read.
Look, right here it says to be continued in Venom 26.
Oh, yeah. So it was released. Late.
Story starts. I mean, story-wise, yes, this is first, but I think this came out first. So
yeah,
I think it's going to come down to these are still in some shops you can pick these up for free. I'm not selling any of these. I got a couple of them. I just don't have the heart to like. This is a free comic book day and it's available in stores. I'm going to charge you $10. I can't do that.
But I've heard of situations where free comic, you know, there was some first appearance or some.
I can see down the road. Look, I have a couple of them. You know. If down the road it becomes something, But if somebody wants these right now, I'm not going to charge them off the bag. I mean, I don't know that I charge them if they're buying other books.
But aren't there?
If I know somebody
needs.
Are there
other cases where like a free comic book? Yeah.
I think one of the biggest free comics that's gone up in value is like the Umbrella Academy free comic book day.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I was hearing about. Yeah.
I'm
curious if my LCS has it. I never got a chance to ask them.
Let's see what's going on in the chat real quick. I think the chat's like gone away. C-Square says I only stick to eBay sellers with great rep. eBay protects the seller usually. It all depends, but I always say stick to the people you know. Enjoyed guys getting late, gotta go. Okay, thanks for stopping by Splash Page if you're still out there. C-Squared says the chat lag on Instagram is egregious. I lost out on so many deals, got fairly upset and just gave up good deals, but there's no consistency. The platform is so laggy. Yeah, that's why I just try to like make deals with people like when I see something, if I see something they have, you know, I'll just talk to them.
Usually sellers that are like they'll just post on their IG like I'm selling it for this price. I usually just go for those and just like claim.
Buy it now, so then appreciate. I mean, ooh, Venom is hot, hot, hot. Yes, he is. Venom galore. Let's see. Venom is 2026 is now first, but it wasn't intended that way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the plan was this comic book's going to be free on whatever day free comic book day was, but it didn't happen that way. But you know, a lot of things haven't happened the way the way we plan them, and you know, and you just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
You need to pick you need one of these, Oregon. If you need one of these, just shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'll throw one in your box. I think you got a box with me. I'll throw one in your box, man. No charge. I got you on that.
Midnite Comics. Do you mean the Blackest Night from DC, or are you talking about like the situation happening in Thor?
You mean the Black Winter?
Yeah, Black Winter, because a lot of people are speculating. Yeah, a lot of people are speculating that that's Noel or has something to do with Noel.
I picked that up this up today too. I got a little bit better deal than that price sticker, but that's what they were.
Yeah, I was glad I was able to get my copy. So I was worried because I heard everybody was having problems getting, a copy, and like they were all.
Honestly, I have a copy, but I didn't mind buying one on the secondary market price, just because I know somebody will need it, and I'll put it with some other books that give the person the value. You know what I mean? I'll find a way to package it where I get my money out of it, and the person buying it gets the value.
Yeah, because I remember when it first came out, like people were already putting it on eBay for like $12 already, and I was like, dang, $12 for new comic book day book,
Oh, the Spider-Man one?
No, the Thor 5.
Oh, you're saying for just release? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's all relative, because I don't think retailers are ordering these books. They're not ordering them enough to satisfy the demand, and it's just the demand's outweighing the supply. And I mean, I didn't pick these up. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of these Venoms, but I didn't even pick them up on New Comic Wednesday. This book's been out for what, a week or two?
It's about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, it's not like I'm picking it up. I think I got one or two the week it came out. It's just, sometimes if I have,
they already have a second printing already, and those are already sold out.
If I haven't pre-ordered it, it's tough to get. It's tough to get certain books, because even in a market like Las Vegas, where there's, in 20 minutes I can be at 10 different comic stores. There's a lot of people buying books. Yeah, I know what you mean. That One Punch Man is a valuable free comic book day. Night 8 is a $200 book. Yeah, I think he's had a couple of those he's been selling. I think he's been selling for like $40 a piece.
Congratulations. K Titus is 5 away from 200 subs.
Okay, Oregon, just let me know, man. Just let me know. I got you. No problem.
Everybody sub up to K Titus if you're not already subbed.
Yeah, give K Titus a sub. K Titus is awesome. He's an awesome dude. He's a teacher. He's in Japan. Definitely give him some support. Throw K Titus some subs. Let's get him up to 200 if you're not already subbed. Please. Yeah, you're definitely. I watched the video you made. You got some awesome books and some really cool pops. So, you got some cool stuff. Okay, awesome. We got the chat hooking each other up. That's what I'm saying. I got a couple of 4 or 5 second prints, but I saw literally, I went to Wednesday, I went to 5 different shops, and I saw one copy of Thor 5 second print at one shop, and I bought it. That's all I saw. And I literally was like the 10th person in line, waiting in line for that store to open.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Getting to that
And
store 10 minutes before they open in line, there was still only one copy, and I didn't even know did guys really grab that book, or was it just they only had 1 or 2 copies? Yeah,
that's an interesting question. I don't know.
Lay it on us. Let's hear your hottest comic conspiracy.
What's the conspiracy?
Tell us in the chat. So yeah, Kid Titus, you have 4 to 5 videos. Awesome. So Black Winter is just a version of Null, and when that's revealed, every single one of those Thor books will plummet in value. I'm still collecting them, obviously. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. No problem, K Titus. Glad to help out a fellow community member. Always and all.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out some of your videos and comment on them.
Awesome, K Titus. So C-Squared sub job. Nice. Awesome. ME subbed up, K Titus. So we're helping you. We're moving you along to 200. Awesome. Not only this is what it's about: the community, the connections, the relationships. Yeah. Let's see. How Green Lantern never have to worry about keys and books going up in value. Man, I've read some Green Lantern I like. I used to read Green Lantern back around there's a good run with Dave Gibbons on art. This is like back in the 80s. And then there was a good run, I always liked Kilowog and Chip around when they changed it to the Green Lantern Corps.
Nice.
And obviously there's like the when Hal went evil and Parallax and all that. And then I also liked Green Lantern Rebirth. That was a pretty cool story.
I'm actually looking for some Green Lantern stories to read. The only one I'm reading right now is Far Sector, which is phenomenal. It's a great read. If anybody's not reading Far Sector, you pick it up and trade. I believe the first trade should be coming out soon because they're already up to what 7 issues already. It's pretty good. Oh, we got Meta in the house. We got Aggressively Relaxing. What's up, you guys?
Yeah, let's see.
Did Meta change his?
What's up, Aggressively Relaxing? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming by. What's up, Meta? My partner in auction shenanigans. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by and supporting the show. Me and Mind Shift.
Appreciate it, brother.
Let's see. That is a solid comic joke we're on. About to look up your channel and hope you have more content like that. Yeah, awesome. Also, we're trying to help out K Titus. K Titus is a couple of subs away from 200. So if you haven't subbed up K Titus, definitely go look him up and sub up K Titus.
C-Squared is almost at 150 subs on his IG. I haven't been on IG in a minute, but I'll sub you up on there as well, C-Squared.
Awesome. C-Squared Comics. Am I subbed up on C-Squared Comics? I hope I am. If not, I'll try to check it out, C-Squared. I know we talked on Instagram. So
he subbed me up and I just subbed him up, so that's usually the best way to sub people up. Is when they follow back. Follow back, y'all.
Let's see. Okay, so K Titus is giving us an update. He's only 3 subs away from 200. So let's find 3 people to sub up K Titus to get him to 200. Go to work. Let's go. Oh, we got 10 people watching us now. This is awesome.
That's nice.
10 people watching TV.
Looks like Meta's trying to get him up over 200. That'll be cool.
Yeah, Meta's got the sub push, the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and his sub push show on Saturday. So
nice. That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I think I think that's one of the things that honestly, I think that's one of the things that why we bond so well and we've connected and gotten along so well, Mind Shift. And I think that's one of the things that is common throughout the sellers I work with for the
Mm-hmm.
most part in the auctions is that we're all about hooking up the community and strengthening that tapestry of community
Yeah,
that exists.
because at the end of the day, besides being sellers, you guys are comic book collectors too, and you guys have been in those situations where you're looking for a book that's hard to come by, and you had somebody that helped you out, and you want to return that
Definitely,
gratitude.
definitely.
So that's how you and me met. Like,
Yeah,
I started buying books from you off of IG, and like you gave me really great deals and showed me some
yeah.
really good books.
I hooked you up with X-Men 1. I think it was the X-Men 141. Maybe it was one of those books
Yeah,
I told you way back when.
I was collect. That's when I was collecting. I was still working on my Brood run.
Yeah, I remember sending you
Pretty
some.
close to finish. Yeah.
Um,
I need to get better at using CLZs so I can because people are always asking me for lists of like books that I'm hunting for, and I'm just like, I don't have it like organized right now. I need to go old school like you guys and just create like an actual physical list of. I know Rob has like a list of books that he writes down that he's collecting, and just crosses it out. He also uses CLZ too.
I have CLZ. I put my slabs in there, and then I started looking at all my other books. And I was like, oh, I don't think that's going to happen. ME, I think you make a good point. I don't know that it's. I mean, I think smart people are investing in FF right now. FF1 has grown quite a bit in the last couple of years.
There's only certain books from FF that I'm looking for, like number 46, which is First Black Bolt. I would love First Galactus, but that's like a hard book to buy.
Those the 48, 49, 50 I've never had those. Just never had an opportunity. Never came across them. But I have some cool FF books. I have 46. I have 52.
That's what I'm looking for.
I have 72, which is a cool surfer cover. I have some other FFs around there. I can't remember them all. Yeah, it's hard to commit to CLZ. It's a lot. It's a big time investment. Especially when you have books that you can't just scan. You actually have to enter them.
And then modern day books are usually easier to get to scan than other books.
It's funny. You say C squared. I mean, this is interesting. You say I agree on me. Do people not understand FF will be the forefront of the next MCU? They're the perfect bridge between Earth and cosmic beings. The key thing is they're next. The majority of collectors are not thinking about next. They're chasing what's now. Okay? So if you can shift to the next, maybe you're right sometimes, maybe you're wrong sometimes, but you're always going to be a little bit ahead of the curve. And I think that's a smart way to act. But
I agree. I would love to see more cosmic beings in the MCU. That's why I was like super stoked that they were gonna have Adam Warlock or him, but that was kind of like we kind of got screwed in that second Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Well, I'd say this aggressively relaxing. If you need a 48, 49, or 50, and I know they've been going fast, but if you need it now is the time before they put those in the movies, because you and I know the same thing. Once they do hit a movie and they make a good movie, hopefully, that's what we're all hoping for. They've made enough FF movies. We just need a good one.
Yeah. I've seen the first two and refused to see the last one. And then there's like the one from like what, the 80s or the early 90s.
there's three that I can think of. There's the Corman one from the '90s that never got released.
Yeah.
That he made.
Yeah.
And then there's the first theatrical one, and then there's the with Captain America as the Human Torch, and then there's the second one with Killmonger as the Human Torch.
Yeah, I didn't. It was horrible. I heard.
It was cool to see the Silver Surfer, but that was just because he's a Silver Surfer. It was cool to see him.
Yeah, I love the second one when we got a chance to see the Silver Surfer, you know. But it just sucked to not see like Galactus. Like Galactus is just like this big puff of like smoke that's like about to devour the Earth.
It's loud.
Yeah. I would love to see the the Living Tribunal. It would be great to see like the Beyonder.
And the Living Tribunal's been like they've kind of already planted the seed because in Doctor Strange, Baron Morando uses the staff of the Living Tribunal.
Yeah.
The next team will be X-Men. You know, I think I don't know which one they're going to bring in first. You know, I guess we're going to see. But I think the bottom line is whenever the FF or the X-Men get into the MCU, those books are all going to be very strong.
I want to see. I also want to see like the Inhumans done the right way. I feel like the Inhumans don't get any love. I'm like, that's like the FF books that I'm collecting. A lot of like have to do with like the Inhumans.
Yeah, I think they had that show that didn't really do well, and that kind of.
I didn't even watch it. Yeah.
Well, I think long term it's still the Inhumans. I think they're established characters, and I think they're gonna be solid.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's ever too late, C-squared. You just gotta like figure out your speed and your price points and know what you can afford and know what you want. And there's probably a copy of just about any book, at a price point. I mean, and even the lowest grade FF1 might be beyond a certain collector's reach. I was looking at a 3.0. I forget it was expensive. I was at Torpedo Comics today, and they had a 3.0 FF1 in the vault. They had an 8.5 FF1 too, or something like that. They had like they had a Werewolf by Night 32.98, and they had
that's the book I want.
They had a Tomb of Dracula 10.98. Wow, just wow.
Oh, first one. Didn't you just recently get that in Slab?
Yeah, I got like a 6.5 in the Tomb of Dracula.
Yeah,
and I got a wait. What did I get? I got both books, but I have them in like around 6.5. Mid-grade copy.
Didn't you?
Because
you got Moon Knight solo issue, right?
Oh yeah, that was in the. I got the first solo one in this collection.
Yeah,
right.
And that's probably the one before I get Werewolf by. I'm probably gonna get that one first because that was a little.
This is the first solo movie. It was solo. His first appearance was in Werewolf by Night 32. I'm pretty sure I have a copy.
What's up?
Pretty sure I have a copy.
What's up, Southern? What's going on, dude?
Hey, Southern Comic, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh, I see what maybe it'll be a 2-path thing, Meta. Yeah, Cosmic Track and Earth Track. Yeah, because they're gonna have certain if they're gonna add characters like the Punisher and Daredevil, those characters are more Earthbound characters, whereas we add the FF and that's more galactic, and Adam Warlock that's up in space somewhere. That's all cosmic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a 9.8 at Torpedo. Big money there.
Oh, peace out, ME Comics. Have a good night.
Okay, take care, ME. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. Uh,
Oh
so
yeah, that would be a cool little
they have
mashup.
that catcher's pretty huge. It's like $50 still. Just saying. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think I got one of those in this. Yeah, right here. This guy came in the collection. First Squirrel
Yeah.
Girl.
You were showing it last time.
First appearance of Squirrel Girl, X-Men, Iron Man, and name more stories. Pretty cool issue.
Yeah, man, that would be pretty cool. Like to see Secret Wars, Secret Invasion, Illuminati. I would love to see a darker side of Professor X because he always gets painted as the savior, and he's really very manipulative. So I definitely want to see him in a more darker side.
Yeah, more realistic, like less candy coated. Love everybody and never hurt it.
Yeah.
Be nice to everybody. I mean, it's just not. It's not. It's
I
nice.
honestly like Matt.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your point, and I'll remember it. Don't worry.
It's like nice in theory, but like when people, if you're a mutant, it's nice in theory to like want to love everybody and get along with everybody because I think that's the right. We're all humans. That's the right way to be. But when you have people like trying to hunt you down and build giant robots to like take you out, it's hard to just, it's like, who do you agree with, Magneto or Professor X? They're two very different philosophies.
Mine, yeah. But I kind of like Magneto as a teacher when he was working with the Inhumans, the New Mutants. He really did his best to like make them a solid team, And in retrospect, I liked him a lot better than Professor X.
I think he's a more flawed character, and therefore a more realistic character.
Yeah.
That a reader is able to connect with on a deeper level. Honestly, because it's hard to connect to a character that is, that is perfect in every way. And I think that is ultimately why Batman outshines Superman in almost every way. Like popularity, sales,
cartoon.
It's just that Batman has some clearly obvious flaws in his character, like his personality and who he is. And whereas Superman is pretty much the idealized perfection of humanity.
Yeah.
Which
is ironic because he's not human.
Yeah, seriously, people need to be thinking about. Meta says people need to be thinking about why they didn't let the New Mutants movie die because they're about to introduce mutants, and New Mutants is the bridge.
You know what? I didn't even make that connection. But once I saw the new trailer come out and how, because like the first trailer, it made it was just a horror movie. It wasn't really New Mutants. It was more of like a mindfuck like horror film. But now it seems like with a new trailer out, it seems more like like a New Mutants movie.
Yeah, I definitely got to check that out. I haven't seen the new trailer yet. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
C squared. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. It's Stan Lee. It's if you look at all those early Marvel comics, they're all social commentary, and you're saying that's the genius of Stan Lee, though, putting Magneto and Professor X in the same philosophical debate as Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King. Neither are totally right or wrong. It's about perspective, and that's why I made the clear distinction. Like, you have to. I'm applying those philosophies to the status quo dynamic that exists in the Marvel universe. Man to man, human to human. I believe in treating people with compassion and kindness, and caring, and love, and all that. Now, imagine a world exists where there's a race of mutants and a race of non-mutants, and they're two different species technically, and one is trying to effectively, harm the other or eradicate or subvert. Then there's there's a different, it's different when it's man to man versus mutant to man. I think there's a bit of a.
When I read Marvel's, it was that issue 3 with when it was talking about the mutants. That was like a really eye-opening like perspective on how humanity would really like take mutants, and it was definitely like how they it was definitely how I saw it was right on the nail. Like they were like discriminating mutants, like down with mutants, and it was very, very dark but very realistic,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, just even like the photographer, he even had like pretty like racial views when it came to like mutants until he like ran into a mutant in his basement, and then like his whole view changed.
Well, C-Squared says, I understand Magneto's side more, but I follow Professor X's path. And again, that's the beauty of the characters. And honestly, that's just, there's this like dichotomy between the two where I think every civilized person wants to say, yes, I want to follow Professor X. I think peace and harmony and love, and that's all great. But unfortunately, if you look around the world, that's not what always exists. And unfortunately, if you're not willing sometimes to defend freedom and liberty and rights, or protect yourself, so there's a reason why the Magnetos of the world exist.
Yeah, because they get fed up. They get fed up, and it's like, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just sit back and just let your people get eradicated, or stand up and do something about it. I want that first match.
It makes me think of an interview once that I watched once with Chuck Jones, the animator for Looney Tunes, and he was talking about Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, and he said, "Well, listen, everybody wants to be Bugs Bunny. He always wins. He always knows what to say. He's always charming, and he is perfect in every situation. So Bugs is who we all want to be. But in reality, we're all Daffy Duck."
Yeah, I love Daffy Duck.
We're all the frustrated, self-neurotic kind of, we have all those foibles and all those, maybe not every foible, but we're all some combination of, we question ourselves. We have all these imperfections, but that's just that's the more realistic character.
Yeah.
We're not perfect, but that's kind of what makes us interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got this whole conversation going on in the chat. I can't.
I'm trying to read it right now too.
Yeah. This is I think we've reached like the high point of a show where we've got a whole conversation between you and I, and then they've got a conversation. It's
awesome.
Protesting and making. Yeah, well, that's and there's been different. Look, C-Squared says, I know, I get it. I'm for protesting and making change, but Magneto straight up wants to eliminate humans, and that's the extremism I don't want to fall into. Want to believe in change. Yeah, I mean, look, protests are fine if you safe and respectable and all that, but there's been many different versions of Magneto, and he's been everything from portrayed as somebody villain on bent on domination or eradication, to a very sympathetic character who's been the victim of the property and has worked hard to overcome that. And they've really explained why is Magneto the way he is versus versus Xavier.
What's up, Barbarian?
Let's see. Hey, Barbarian Kung Fu. What's happening? We're trying to get K Titus 200 subs. If anybody hasn't subbed up K Titus, please go sub the man up.
He's like 3 away.
Yeah,
I don't know if you read this issue recently, but this was a really good Magneto. And usually when these issues come out, I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna read through this real quick because it doesn't have anything to do with the main story. But this was like a side story that was really good and a real good look into how Magneto operates, especially.
I got this version of it. I gotta read
it. Those covers make me laugh. What I can't wait till is this story that's coming out. I think this is a really good story. Because I remember when Damned came out and I fucking slept on that story, which I still want to read. And then that story like blew up. The Bat Dong made it popular.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a silly thing to me. Silliness. But I think the question you got to ask yourself is, if things really, if you're in the X-Men war, right? If things go sideways, who do you really want? Who do you really want to be with?
Yeah,
Professor X or Magneto? If the humans are really coming after the mutants, who has more chance of winning that situation? I mean, not that Professor X couldn't, but will he do what is necessary?
Yeah. Is he willing to take out a group of human extremists, completely, that will never stop coming for him, Or is he willing to just keep them, just keep fighting until, they just get tired, which obviously is not stopped.
Barbarian's going with the Morlocks. I love it.
Well, we're just going to the sewers and just live with the Morlocks.
Artie and Leech. But I digress. Oh, one other thing I picked up on Wednesday was I got a set of this bad boy, Future Imperfect.
Oh, I heard that's a really great story.
Great read. This is a great read.
Yeah, those are connected covers, right?
Well, they're just kind of the same. Let me go big for a second. They're just kind of the same pose.
Oh, gotcha.
That George Perez drew, just the Hulk as he looked when this came out, and the old Maestro Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to read it. But I know they're coming out with I'm trying to see if I can find it. Here it is.
Origin of the Maestro.
Yeah, I want to read that. It looks like it's going to be really good.
Yeah, the Origin. I imagine they're going to do some. They must have, if they haven't done it already, they've got to be doing some sort of trade paperback of Future Imperfect.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
One of my people who come to the auctions asked if I had a copy of this, so I tracked this down for them.
Nice.
Pretty nice copies. They're like VF copies. They're not near mint. They're somewhere that I can see they've been read, but they're not beat up or anything.
Yeah. It's just good to have them. Shit.
See, I'm pretty sure I have them in my collection, but I'm like, do I have them, or did I just read them when they came out and I don't have them anymore because they're.
Well, I don't know how often you go through your collection.
It's you know, there's too many boxes. There's literally boxes that have been put in storage and I haven't been able to look at since I moved here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So,
I think about it like that.
You know, there's. Let's see what's going up in the chat. The last thing I kind of remember is laughing about Artie and Leech and the Morlocks. Let's see. William Smallwood saying, "What's up the meta?" That's the key. Ironically, my personal philosophy would be closer to X, but I'd probably fight behind Magneto in this fantasy world. Yeah, I mean it's just, you know, who do you get behind if you're being attacked? The pacifist,
yeah,
or the soldier.
And I kind of agree with C Squared because I believe in Professor X's philosophy, but when it comes down to if I'm a mutant, and I'm about to be eliminated, I have to, I'm gonna have to do something. It's either stand there and get killed or have to fight, for our people. So it's definitely a philosophical question, one of those questions where it's like, what do you do when you're actually in that situation, which obviously will never happen, but
situation.
It's still cool to think about,
Boxes in storage. It's like the Christmas gift that you get again and again and again when you have so many boxes that you forget what's in them. It's like Craven's Last Hunt, for example. I know I have those issues. I think I have those issues. I know I
have a few.
I have some of the issues. I mean,
I don't have all of them.
I read them when they first came out, but that was all in my original collection. That's long gone.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I rebought those. But I don't know if I bought them all. Vermin. I remember Vermin. What a character.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Vermin, I'm reading one of those, a Vermin story right now. Let's see if I can find it. That's somewhere over here.
Yeah, listen, C-Squared. That's technically, yes, the first Magic. She's a little baby in Giant Size X-Men 1. But honestly, the first Magic, as we know her, is like, I want to say 14 or something. It's an issue of New Mutants. It's a few bucks.
New Mutant 14 or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's like a green cover. It's not crazy. You'll pay a few bucks for it. I think it got hot for a while, and I think it's cooled off.
Yeah, it went up in price because of the movie trailer that came out.
Movie trailer, but I think it's come down even.
Yeah. Vermin.
Awesome. K Titus, congratulations. My friend.
Oh, you hit it? You hit 200?
Yeah. We successfully pushed him to 200. What a great feeling for you, K Titus, and what a cool feeling for us. I had no idea when we went live that we were going to help a fellow member of the community hit a milestone. I just hit 300 not too long ago. So, it's cool. It's cool to see everybody growing and having success.
Yeah, it's cool.
William Smallwood said he was 200. Awesome. Thank you.
I was supposed to do a giveaway when I hit 300, but I'm gonna wait until I hit 400 and do a giveaway. I think once I hit 350, I'll put together a giveaway and something unique for the community.
I'm gonna push through to 500 and try to do something cool.
Nice.
Wow. K Titus says he was at 40 subscribers 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
awesome.
Wow. That's awesome.
Explosive growth.
You shot up.
Almost exponential.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, my first month on YouTube, I ended up hitting 100 like within a month. One of my buddies on his YouTube channel, he like pointed it out. He's like, "Look how fast this channel's grown."
Yeah, well, it's funny. I was at when I started the auctions June 1st. I was probably at like 220 subs thereabouts, and I really hadn't done anything on YouTube in about a year. And I had done it for maybe
I remember you telling me.
I had done it for like maybe 8 months, 9 months before that. So, you know, in that first 8 or 9 months, I got a couple hundred subs. But then I kind of went dormant, and I'd get a sub every once in a blue moon, like every couple of months. I guess somebody would just happen upon one of my videos and sub me. But then once I started doing the auctions, obviously I'm visible, I'm more active, and I'm making content. It's just been going pretty quickly. But man, we just hit. So we're at an hour and a half. We usually go an hour. It was just we were rolling along. But I think you have anything? I think it's about time for us to wrap up.
Oh yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, definitely. Anything you wanna share before? Anything you want to plug, share, state before we?
Just same old. You guys can always catch me every Wednesday on Not Near Mint. You know, with Rob Worst, Lady Fantastic, and Mr. Miracle Man. Like, we're always talking about different topics. We just started doing this segment every the first part where we interview people in the community. So our show's growing. So, you know, if you guys haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. Also, I did an unboxing of an AOK that still has blown my mind. Like, 2 books particularly that I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought I would own these books. So I got it from Dusty Brick Brown. He's a great community member in the community. If you guys aren't following him, you know, follow him. Al is a wonderful dude. Usually you can check him out on Silver Age Sunday or what's the other show? Stay Puft Show, chatting with the community on Saturday. So he's usually on there on those 2 channels. And he's also on IG. So really cool dude in the community. If you want to see what he AOK, I know some of you guys in the chat. I know K Titus just recently, commented on it. But if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I won't even show you what books he sent me. Just go look at the AOK. It's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, go ahead and check it out. But that's all I got. That's all I got for today.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Anytime.
Me, I'm just, it's towards the end of the week. So last thing for the weekdays is tomorrow, Friday. We got the Midnite Market. Meta, do you know what time we're planning on starting on Friday, on tomorrow? If you want to throw it in the chat, please do. But whatever time we start, I'll be there tomorrow. Now that I say that, I'll probably miss it or something. I don't know. Yeah, we got the Midnite Market tomorrow. I'll be awesome, Steve Squared. I'm thanks for joining us, and I'm glad you came and decided to check us out. I know we connect with auctions, so this is and let me just say real quick, thank you so much for all the love, guys, and all the positivity. Notice we're going to start at 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so 7 p.m. West Coast time for me. Perfect. I love the auctions, right? But I'm focused. I'm very focused on here's the lot, what's it going for, who's it going to. I don't want to mess any of that. So I'm very
business oriented. You got to stay focused, like you said.
Focused because I don't want to mess up. Here it's more free form, and we can talk, and we can talk about whatever we want. Look, I love the auction for one reason. I love this for another reason. But I think there's the need for both. And that's I think where this show grew out of. We wanted to do something together, and plus I think we found there's a legit need for this, at least in my YouTube existence.
I agree.
Thanks, Barbarian. I think you're the best. And I won't take no for an answer. And then I think Saturday, I'm probably going to be hanging out. Meta's got his 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and Sub Push. So I'll probably check that out on Saturday and Sunday. I think we've got the Meta Comic-Con happening, where I think Meta and I are going to be sharing a stream with sharing some time with some artists who will be, I believe, doing some work and have some original art for sale. And it's just we're kind of trying to take the auction into another avenue and create an opportunity for artists to connect with the community, and the community to connect with artists that are trying to get their work out there.
Yeah, that's really good. You know.
For artists. So, oh man, he said I'm the best. Enough said. How do I come back from that?
That's almost as bad as saying infinity.
Excelsior. Thanks, K Titus.
Appreciate you.
But really and truly from the bottom of my heart, it's been an awesome ride. Just connecting with everybody and being a part of it, and it just made my comic collecting that much richer and more meaningful to me, even more so than just collecting the books. It's sharing them with everybody and and being a part of this awesome community. So thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate all of you guys.
Definitely. 3,000. So thank you. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. We're gonna take off now. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody. Bye-bye.
Love you guys all. Take care. Have a good evening.